So here's a step-by-step tutorial of how to draw an ornament. Okay, so step one is you want to just start with a light pencil sketch of your ornament. So pick something that has an interesting shape. So here I picked one that I thought had a good shape and has some interesting details that are going to catch the light in a good way. And since this is a rounded object, you just want to make sure that everything is nicely symmetrical. So look for that too. So for step two, you're just going to start by adding in some of your black pen. So you can use any pen for this. Here I'm using a Micron pen, which is one of my favorite types, and I'll link that in the description below. Make sure that you're using a line quality that mimics the shape of the form, right? So if there's a lot of curvature, you're going to be using curved lines going around your object. I'm drawing every section of the ornament, and I'm also leaving the blank page when I want to show the highlights. And in this one, I'm using pretty long lines because I want to try to smooth out the object and have it look more like a glassy texture. If you're drawing an ornament, you want to look for where the shadows are, the highlights, and the midtones. The idea of contrast is where you have really strong changes between dark and light, and that's going to give you the most metallic, reflective surface. So for step three, I'm drawing the top part of the ornament, and that has a little bit of a different texture, but it's also metallic, so I'm using a lot of contrast. Here I went in a vertical direction, but I'm also going in a horizontal direction to show the turn of the form. You can try either. So now for step four, go back into your drawing and you're going to look for all the different reflections and highlights that you see in your object and also some of the shadows. So the interesting thing about an ornament is that it picks up the light in really interesting ways. So look for all those details on the surface and try to add them to your drawing now. Okay, so for step five, you're going to draw the top of the ornament where there's the ellipse at the very top and it has a nice shadow on it. And then you're also going to start by drawing the string which holds the ornament. This string is braided, so I'm making sure to show that texture. Now you're just going to fill in every other part of the braid. Now I'm just going in and adding some highlights that are going to really pop using a Posca marker. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and like the video. And thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you next time.